Hey everyone, we're going to be talking today about how to create a brand new Facebook campaign from scratch, assuming you don't have any data. It doesn't really matter. But let's just go ahead and create our first campaign. This is assuming you already have a function in Pixel and you have a website that's up and running. What we're going to be talking about today is conversions campaigns, and we're going to be talking about purchase as the main conversion. So let's see how it looks. You would want to navigate to your ads manager. If you don't know how to get here, you can just go ahead and click over here. This will take you to your campaigns area in your ads manager. From here, you want to click on this nice green button that says create. You click that and then you select which kind of campaign you want to launch. Buying tab, let's leave it for auction now, and maybe in a different video we can talk about the difference. What you want to do is you want to choose the campaign objective. We're going to go with sales. That's what we talked about. But obviously, if you want to try to do something else, you can go for that as well. This will tell Facebook what to optimize for. What are we actually trying to achieve? Fantastic. Here you can name your campaign, but we can also do that in a later stage. I'm just going to leave that for now, and I'm going to click continue. Next, we can see two options. Either we can do an Advantage Plus campaign, or we can do a manual sales campaign. Advantage Plus basically says let Facebook do all the heavy lifting. They're going to decide who they target, who they optimize, everything they want to do. I'm going to do manual now. Manual takes more time, but allows us to be in control of what we're actually targeting and all those kind of stuff, and allow us to test audiences better. And we do continue. And then we'll see this page. Over here, we can select the campaign name. So we'll just call it new sales campaign. We're just going to leave that for now. If you have any special ad categories, you just go ahead and declare it here. If not, you can just ignore this area. This is what we talked about already. You can use a catalog, but that's for another video. So I'm going to turn that off for now. A/B test, if you want to test that against other components in the ad. But again, for another video, we're just going to talk about a simple creating of the campaign now. We're going to do next. And once we select next, you'll see now it moves us to the ad set level. And the ad set level is where we actually target the audience. Which audience are we going to select inside this campaign? Now, just so we're clear, one campaign can have multiple ad sets in it. So that's just something important to note. Once again, you want to give it a name, something to help you identify what it is. So for example, we can do broad targeting, and I'm going to do 18 plus. Right, so that's just kind of like the name and how I want to do it. We can also change this. Here you say where the conversion is taking place. So it's going to take place on the website. What are we trying to do? We're trying to maximize the number of conversions. Usually getting started is what I would recommend starting with. Pixel, so we said we need a function in Pixel to go ahead and get started with this. So you can go ahead and select your function in Pixel, and then you want to select the conversion event. What event are we trying to optimize for? Now, most of the time, if you're doing e-coms, I would recommend going for purchase. Some people use it as strategies to go for add to carts and stuff like that, and if you want to try it out, you can go for it, but it's usually not going to lead for purchases. So it's just something to take into consideration. And next, cost per goal. This is when you try and do a bit of manual bidding. I wouldn't recommend getting into this for now. When you're just getting started, let Facebook optimize for you and just leave it blank. Attribution settings. So we're just going to leave this on 7 days click, 1 day view. That's fine for us. We get charged on impressions, CPM on Facebook, and that all looks good. Next, we can set the budget, how much we want to spend per day over here. Start date, when do we want this to start? So if we want to only start it tomorrow morning or something like that. And end date. Usually I wouldn't recommend putting an end date unless we're doing like a specific sale or something like that, maybe Christmas, Black Friday, all those kind of stuff. Else I would just leave it as a blank, and you can go ahead and turn it off whenever you want to turn it off. So that's this. Budget scheduling is fine. Ad scheduling is fine. Location, which countries you want to optimize in, which cities, all these kind of stuff you can go ahead and do. Once we selected the location, we can go ahead and select the age group. So for example, we want to do 18 to 65. That's fine. If we want to change it, then we can change that as well. If you want to change anything as well, you can search, for example, interest, all those kind of stuff. So, for example, if you have someone interested in cars, you can just go ahead and search cars, for example, whatever it may be, and then you'll see a bunch of different interests with those kind of relevant stuff. And you can just select whatever's relevant for you, for example. Cool. Once we do that, we can also exclude audience if we need to, but we're not going to do that for now. Languages, if you want to have any specific languages, and placements. Placements, I would recommend just to leave automatically and just put them wherever you want to put them. That's fine. Once we finish doing all that, we select next. And now we moved on to the ad level. And as we talked about before, we can have multiple ad sets within a campaign. We can also have multiple ads within an ad set. So here, for example, we can give it a name once again. Facebook page, you would select the Facebook page that you would want to do. So it can be whatever page you need. Instagram account, make sure that's connected as well. And then you want to just create the ad. So here you can manually upload an image that you use, and you can go ahead and play around with it. So for example, we can add media. And I'm just going to select any ad now, but it doesn't really matter. You select something that works for you. You can make sure it looks good in the different formats. And if not, you can change it. And you can allow Meta to optimize this just a bit if needed. That's fine as well. Fantastic. Now we can set up the primary text. The primary text is a text that goes above the picture. So for example, I can just do test 1, 2, 3. And that will show up over here as test 1, 2, 3. You can see that above the picture. You can also do multiple options here. So you can add another option if you want as well. Headline, you can see the headlines over here. So I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3. So you can see very nicely where it changes. Fantastic. Description as well. Best ad ever. Magics, and then you can just see exactly where that goes. Call to action, that goes to the button over here. Usually you can do order now or shop now. It doesn't really matter depending on what you like better. That's usually a good place to start. Yeah, and that's more or less what you would need to do. Yeah, you need to add the URL here as well. So what I'd recommend doing is just go to your website, copy the URL and just paste it over here. It's the easiest way to do it. And then what you can actually do if you don't like the way the URL looks, so for example, I can just go to magics.com, and let's say I want to send them to the automation page, right? So I can just go ahead and copy this, come over here, paste, and then I can see the URL, and you can see it already very nicely takes the magics.com for you. But if you anyway don't want that, you can change it to whatever you want. So for example, let's say I want it to be in capital. Yeah, and then the display link will be what you need it to be. So if you want to add like a phone number or anything like that, you can do that. And the tracking is already set up. And that's it. You're good to go. At this stage, you simply push publish and your ad will be launched within a few minutes in Meta. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helps you guys.